So, dear students, for the BSc final year students, today I start with condensed matter physics book. Its first chapter is crystal structure. So, in this lecture, we will study few journal terms related with crystal structure. Firstly, what do you mean by the term crystallography? It is a study of geometrical and physical properties of a crystalline solid. Using X-rays, electrons and neutrons, etc. So, dear students, whenever we deal with the study of solids, the solids are mainly of two categories. They are amorphous in nature, they may be in crystalline in nature. In the chapter crystal structure, we give emphasis to crystalline solids. Crystalline solids, they have well-defined arrangement of their atoms, molecules or ions from which they are made of, and how that well-defined repetitive arrangement affect their physical and geometrical properties, and how we can analyze that regular structure of the crystalline solids using X-rays, electrons or neutron beams. It will be studied in this chapter in detail, and this part of the physics that deal with the study of structure of crystalline solids in detail is called crystallography. Next important term is motif. That, as we said just now, that in crystalline solids, atom, molecule, ions are arranged in a well-defined pattern, in a well-defined geometrical arrangement. That arrangement of atom, molecule or ions in a structure is called motif. So, motif is an array of atoms or molecules or ions in a structure. So, how atoms, molecules, ions are arranged in a crystalline solid, that is called motif. Next term is space lattice. It is an infinite array of points in 3 dimensions in which every point has an identical surrounding. Space lattice. Space lattice is infinite array of points. It is just like the benches in your class. The students are atom, molecule and ions. The benches are a space lattice. They provide the points where the atom like a student, it comes and sits there. But with the condition that every point should have an identical surrounding. Every point should have an identical surrounding. Like these are the points in a 3-dimensional network. Every point is having identical surrounding, and these are the places where we can place atom, molecules or ions. Every point is having an identical surrounding. These green dots, these are not atoms, molecules or ions. These are the places, these are the points where you can place atom, molecule or ions. This is a 3-dimensional network. This is an infinite network. I have shown here only a limited number of points, but this is a infinite network. Because in a crystal structure, number of atoms, molecules or ions is very large. So you need a very vast network of points. Suppose this is the origin. Then the vector A vector along the x-axis, B vector along the y-axis. These are the fundamental translational vectors, A vector and B vector. These are fundamental translational vectors. This is a 2-dimensional network that is shown here for simplicity. So if I wish to reach the P point from the origin, if I wish to reach the point P from the origin like this, then OP vector, this is called translation. It is equal to n1 into A vector, n2 into B vector. In the particular case, if we see n1 and n2 both are 3 steps along the x-axis, 3 steps on the y-axis, and you reach at point P. But in general we say n1 and n2 are integers. So from the origin, by selecting different n1 and n2 integer values, you can reach the second point of the space lattice. In three-dimensional network, we can represent the translation as here A vector, B vector and C vector are fundamental translational vectors in three dimensions. n1, n2, n3 are three integers. If we take another point Q here, this is OQ vector, this is QP vector. We mark this as R dash vector, this as R vector. Then applying triangle law, of vector addition, OP vector and PQ vector, they are in same order. OQ vector is in opposite order. So OQ vector is equal to R vector plus T vector. OQ vector, it is equal to OP vector plus PQ vector. OP and PQ vector, they are in the same order. OQ vector is in the opposite order. So R dash, it becomes R vector plus n1A vector, n2B vector plus n3C vector. If the translational vectors follow the above equation, translational vectors follow the above equation, A vector, B vector, C vector, if they follow the above equation, then they are called primitive translational vectors. The Q point can also be obtained as R dash vector, it is equal to in case the translational vectors follow this equation, then they are called non-primitive translational vectors.